and today I am doing a high school advice video. So I thought this was appropriate just because I am a senior in high school. I have learned a lot over the last 4 years. So sis, I have a lot to say about high school. I wrote it all down of my thoughts and what I feel like is appropriate and all that. So I'm just gonna start off by saying my high school experience was okay. I did have a lot of drama freshman year, and it kind of died out from there. I'm gonna be honest. This year it's all right. It's not the worst. There is still some drama, but I'm not gonna spill the tea. So let's just get started. So let's talk about freshman year. Freshman, I'm just gonna warn you, you will get lost. I got lost my freshman year, but all I did was have to ask somebody and they showed me right away where that class is. So don't be shy to ask for help because you're gonna get lost. And I transferred sophomore year to a new school and I got lost again. So I had to go through my freshman year process kind of all over again and find my way through the halls twice. So don't get scared if you get lost, because trust me, it happens to everyone. Your friends will probably get lost. The night before, see if you have friends in the same class and go to class with them. It makes things super easy, and if you guys get lost, you get lost together. The next thing I have to say is, for freshmen at least, is be careful dating people older than you, especially seniors. Because I'm gonna be honest, if you're a freshman dating a senior, that is a huge age difference. They're at a different part in their lives and you are barely entering high school. They are leaving high school. So it's just really different. And I mean, some people I guess are more mature, but it's really difficult to talk about because it is controversial. Like, some people are like, who cares, let them date, and some people are like, no, no, honey. But all I'm gonna say is be careful, because they are a lot older than you and it is known for them to take advantage. So I'm just warning you, be careful. The next thing I have to do is, people really don't hate freshmen. I didn't hate freshmen, I just thought they were a little bit annoying and out there, but I didn't hate them and was like, ugh, look at those freshmen. People don't hate you. Seniors, sometimes in my grade, hang out with freshmen, even juniors and sophomores. It is normal. People don't hate you. Now that we've gotten over that, let's talk about boys. Okay, first of all, let's talk about that hair flip. Like, sis, what is you doing? The shade. So, boys. Don't force a relationship, okay? Don't be like, oh my god, I need to have a boyfriend. Let it happen. Sorry, my voice is like, let it happen. Don't just be like, oh my god, I just want a boyfriend. Like, the first boy that likes me, I'm gonna date him. No, date someone who truly has interest in you, who you share the same qualities with, and stuff like that. Don't just be with them just to brag about it on social media and stuff like that. I've seen girls do that, and it's just not worth it to go through a relationship and not have it be real. Also, most relationships out of high school don't make it out of high school. I know you're gonna think that the person you are with now is the person you're gonna marry and have a future with, go to college with, all this other stuff. But I'm going to be honest with you, that is not the case for most people. Most people end up breaking up, they grow into different people, and it just doesn't happen. So don't expect too much out of a high school relationship. Don't expect him to be the person that you're gonna be with forever, or don't expect her, sorry. But just a warning that not all relationships last forever. Now that we're talking about boys and boyfriends, like, they don't define you. If you don't have a boyfriend, it's okay. I didn't have a boyfriend for a long time in high school after I had broken up with my freshman year boyfriend, and I was okay with that. It was honestly liberating, and I felt like I needed that time for myself to grow even more as a person. So just as a warning, boyfriends don't define you. They are not your whole life. You don't need one in high school, and you're fine without one. So that's all the advice I have about boys. And let's talk about friends. So if you don't have a boyfriend, friends are always going to be there for you. You are sadly gonna not want to hear this, but you either grow with your friend or you grow apart. I lost so many friends going into high school. I had this big group of girlfriends, and immediately into freshman year, we all split apart. That's just how it was over the summer, and it's the truth. You are not going to stay friends with the same people. You might, but it's just reality. I am not friends with a lot of the people who I was friends with before. I'm friends with like maybe 2 or 3, and that's pretty much it. But I'm happy with the friends I have now. I do miss my old friends, but we have grown apart. We're really different. We have different interests, different goals, different aspirations, you know? So, yeah. And that we're talking about friends, the groups, like cliques and stuff like that, aren't real either. At least for not in my high school. All the jocks don't hang out together. All the stoners don't hang out together. They're kind of all mixed. And there's always like one stoner in the group, one jock. So it's not like they all have separate things. And all the cheerleaders don't hang out together. I'm a cheerleader and we don't all hang out together. We all have different friends. But when we do cheerleading, we all, if that makes sense, we're all friends together and hang out when we're cheering. But we all have different friends in school. So, cliques are not real, just a warning. So when you get into high school, don't be afraid of like immediately becoming friends with a group of people just to be in that group of people. Be friends with people who have the same aspirations and goals and things like you. If that makes any sense. I hope I'm not confusing anyone, but just don't force a friendship either. Just like how I said don't force a relationship, don't force a friendship. Now if you want to make friends, I suggest going to sports games and stuff like that, because that's where the most people are, and a lot of people do go to them, and yeah. So I feel like you can make a lot of people like that. You could also make friends playing sports. I made a lot of friends doing basketball and cheer. And also, if you have a toxic friendship, I suggest, in order to get rid of that, just pulling back from that, pulling away. And really don't take it at social media and create a lot of drama, because that's never what you want to do. You want to stay out of drama in high school, no matter how intriguing and like it pulls you in, but just stay away from it. It's the best. And if you are pulling away from a toxic friendship or relationship, be the bigger person. Don't delve down to their level and trash them and all this other stuff, because it's just not what you want, and in the end it just produces a big thing that's just not good for anyone. Talking about friends still, I think that all I have to do is, like, if you want to get out there, go to sports games and play sports. Now let's talk about grades. So grades really do matter. Even if you are a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, all 4 years, they matter. At the end of your 4 years, you have an accumulative GPA, which you send off to universities to show all the classes you have taken all 4 years together. And honey, I did not know that. My freshman year, I was like, freshman year grades don't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what I'm going to get. It only matters until I'm a junior. No, that's not the truth. Whoever said that was lying to you, sweetie, because they do matter. You should work hard all 4 years. And honestly, your grades tell a story. They tell how you progressed, what struggles you've had, and all these other things. So please, 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 like, take pride in your grades and take the time to get the grades that you want. Junior year is also really important. You take your SAT, ACTs, and there's just a lot of testing going on that year. And if you can, do take AP classes, because AP classes do help you a lot, and they give you that extra GPA boost. And that's how my GPA was so high, my cumulative GPA, is because I took AP classes. And trust me, sweetie, I did not do so good in those AP classes. I got C's, but it still gave me that GPA boost that I needed, that it looks good on my transcript. So you don't, just because it's an AP class doesn't mean you have to get an A in that class. Like, it's hard for a reason. But I will make a separate video on that. But all I have to say about AP classes is don't take so many where you are overwhelming yourself and you have like no social life. Like, if I don't want to be rude, but like I took a lot my junior year where I was studying for hours after school and I had no social life, and like I kind of regret it because I didn't make as many memories as I wanted to. So just keep in mind that school is important, but you also want to make memories in high school. So yeah, that is what I wanted to say. And when you are doing your homework, do take frequent breaks just to keep yourself motivated. You don't want to keep studying for like 2 hours straight, because if you don't take breaks, that stuff won't retain in your brain. So taking breaks is actually more helpful, but that doesn't mean just going on your phone. That could mean like going to make yourself something to eat, like going pee, and taking a walk. Taking a walk is proved to be more better for yourself after studying for hours, because then you retain more information and stuff like that. So take breaks when doing your homework, because you will remember a lot more after doing so. Is having a job. So let's talk about jobs in high school. I didn't get my first job in high school until I was a junior in junior. It was extremely difficult. I would work the closing shift, so I have school from 8 in the morning till 2:45 in the afternoon, and then at like 3:30 to 10 o'clock at night I would work. So my boss, I guess she didn't really follow the 4-hour shift after work because she didn't care. So it was a struggle, and I would study until like 3 in the morning, and then I would wake up early just so I could study even more during my junior year, where I was taking AP classes, doing testing, all this other stuff, and it was so stressful. So if you feel like you have the time and the dedication to have a job, I say go for it, because having a job is great. Like, you have that money to buy whatever you want, and you don't have to keep asking your parents for money, and you're also could use that money for saving up for college, which is what I'm doing right now. And it is a lot, but it is worth it. But just don't overschedule yourself. Don't work too much to the point where you're like stressing yourself out. Like, take time for yourself. Like, work weekends if you have to. I only work weekends, and it's the best thing ever for my senior year, because I have time to do cheer, I have time to study during the week, and I have time for myself also. So I'm not staying up super late anymore, and it's the best thing I have ever done, is just to work on weekends. You don't make as much money, but you're still making money. Now let's talk about dress code. So dress code is the most annoying thing I have ever experienced. My freshman year, I went to a high school where dress code wasn't as strict, but you still couldn't wear shirts that show your midriff, but you could show your shoulders. So it was okay. Like, that school was great. Like, dress code wasn't so strict, because this girl did do a speech on how dress code shouldn't, like, we shouldn't be sexualized. And I love that girl so much for doing that, because finally someone has understood that, like, boys should control themselves. Girls shouldn't be the one covering up. But then I switched schools, and at this school we had a huge problem with gangs, and we couldn't wear solid gray, black, red, blue, white, basically every color of the rainbow, and it was the most annoying thing ever. And you couldn't show your midriff, but like literally they did not care. The only thing they cared about were the gang colors. So dress code is annoying. Trust me, I get you, but it just depends on your school. And you don't want to be the person who they call out in class and like, oh, go put on a shirt. It's embarrassing, honestly. And as bad as it is, like, your school is your school. You do have to follow what they say. And it sucks. I get it, but dress code is dress code. But what I wanted to talk about also under this is dressing up. As a freshman, I know you guys feel like, oh my god, I need to dress up for school, I need to put on a full face of makeup, but honestly, you don't. No one really cares what you wear. Some people at my school show up in pajamas and slides, in sweatpants, hoodies, they have their hair in a messy bun, no makeup. And some people also dress up, have a full face, do their hair. It just really depends. Like, you do you. No one really cares. Like, just express yourself the way that you want. But I think that's all I have to say. Oh, unless we want to talk about parties. So I never really went to parties until I was a sophomore in high school. And I'm gonna be honest with you, there's always gonna be drugs and alcohol at these parties, but I want to let you know that you shouldn't feel tempted to do those things if you don't want to. Those things, like, I'm gonna be honest, there is peer pressure to do those things, but you don't have to. You can always say no. And if you do make those decisions, just make the safe choice and make sure you have a designated driver, because there's always someone. Parties that I've gone to, there has always been a DD, which is a designated driver. And don't make yourself go to a party that you don't want to just for popularity. There are girls that I know who just go, and just be careful with your decisions, as I said before, because a lot of people at my school like make poor decisions and they end up regretting it when they go back to school and everyone's talking about it. So just be careful, and parties are messy. That's all I have to say. There's always gonna be drama. It's high school, like, it's a party and there's nothing much to expect from them. So and yeah, that's all the high school advice I have. I hope this was really helpful. I try to give the most that I can, and yeah, like, I hope this really helps you guys, and I hope you guys take this advice into mind and it helps you too. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye.